I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom also to the hopefully elect, laboring in sincerity. And I guess I want to do a video dealing with the Christmas spirit. Dealing with this Christmas spirit, okay? And which really is a wicked spirit. You know, you go, when I just came out of the store and that's all I hear is the melodies of Christmas, you know. I'm up in the shopping center, you know, everybody's driving crazy and trying to get gifts for a holiday, which is not a holy day, okay? I'll paraphrase scriptures. Again, that's what this channel is about. Paraphrasing scriptures, just going in the spirit. I believe Jeremiah 10:1 says, "Hear, O Israel, learn not the way of the heathen." Okay, for the heathen dismayed at the signs of heavens. Okay, so a lot of our people are caught up in that Christmas holiday tradition, you know, when it's really a Sumerian, an ancient Sumerian, or what we say a Babylonian custom, you know. That's all it is. Semiramis, the worship of Tammuz and Semiramis. There's a little history on it, you know. Cutting the tree down where Nimrod was supposed to have been killed, and she commissioned everybody in a community in the land to put up a tree and deck it with silver and gold. Now, when you read Jeremiah 10, it says they cut up the tree and they deck it with silver and gold, that it move not. Okay, that's all Christmas. Okay, that's all that so-called Christmas spirit. All right. So we're not supposed to be in that spirit, man, of that Christmas holiday tradition, where you get the holly branch from, man. Okay, where Hollywood, that's why it's called Hollywood, the Hollywood branch, where they sacrifice children to it. I mean, the stories goes on and it goes on. But when I heard the commercial in the store, I was in a parts store, and I heard the commercials, and the commercials were saying, come serve us, come celebrate Christmas with the mass, okay, at mass, or whatever you want to call it. And really, mass means death, man. Like you heard the word, the mass murderer, which death murderer, okay? We're not supposed to be in that spirit. The Roman Catholics doing that bullshit. Don't you know it's because of those traditions that we're still in slavery? They'll tell you to forget slavery, but they will never tell you to forget Christmas. Christmas was set up under slavery, okay? That was all part of slavery. Christmas was set up under slavery. But they'll never tell you to forget. They'll never tell you to forget slavery. Okay? Well, they'll never tell you to forget Christmas slavery. They'll never tell you to forget Easter. Or should I say Ishtar? You know? They won't tell you to forget the goddess Ishtar. But they'll tell you to forget about your slavery. That's just wicked. And it's because of that our people are destroyed, man. Okay? When you read Mark, I believe 7:7, if I'm not mistaken, it goes on to speak about the traditions of men. You know? Our people follow the traditions of men. Now, you know, bear with me, because, you know, when you're driving, doing a video, it's a little bit harder than just sitting still, gathering your thoughts and you know, getting the scriptures and all that. But I just designed this channel through the spirit to just go spiritually and say things according to the scriptures without really pulling out scriptures, just out of my head, technically. Okay? So when I believe Mark 7:7 says we follow traditions of men and washing pots and cups, you know, that's what our people do, man. You know, especially the grandmother, she whips out the the big turkey baster, and with the ham, the glazed ham, and the pork, pork is totally off. Okay, you ain't supposed to eat that. Okay, now this is for the elect, the people who don't understand what's going on about Christmas. When you look at the word Christmas, it means Christ Mass. Okay, Mass meaning death. That's why they would marry Xmas. Okay, that's why they would marry Xmas, so to speak, really crossing out the anointed's name, which Christ is not his name. His real name is Yahushua, so you shouldn't be calling him Christ anyway. You know, so at the end of the day, it's because of these holidays, which they took from holy days, which we have our own holy days, that we're in slavery. This is why we shoot, kill each other. This is why we, for one day out of the year, we're feeding the homeless in the drives for Christmas and Thanksgiving, but the rest of the year you're doing nothing for the community. And all the answers that people want about why the black men are shooting each other over and over, because over and over, you know, you have our people who will consistently say that we should love and stop hating. It's hate that destroying us. But really it's the hatred that's technically is destroying us in a way that we cannot come together. Not because of the hatred because of other nations and what they're doing to oppress us. It's because the hatred of us not coming together, hating on one another. But the reason why we hate on one another, because we don't know who the real enemy is. The real enemy is sitting in a big, comfortable location, doing nothing but sitting back watching you so-called black people and you Native and Hispanics kill one another. You got to remember, if you're building a house and you're building it on something that's infested, guess what? That infestation is going to grow into the house. If you build a house on mold, guess what? That mold is going to grow into the house. Okay? Now in America was built on mold. America was built on a dirty foundation, on bloodshed, killing and robbery and murder. Okay? So guess what? That infestation has grown and leaked into the society. Okay? Which we say the so-called white man. Okay? We'll say the so-called white man because even some of our people may look white that are not really Caucasian. We say the Caucasian race starting with the Rothschilds, okay? Starting with those them top banking families, okay? At the end of the day, they all got to pay, man. At the end of the day, they all got to pay. They got to pay for all the bloodshed, the murder. It only makes sense, okay? When you read Isaiah 14:21, it says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquities of his fathers. Freddy Krueger knew that. That's why he went after the children. Okay? They're going to have to pay, man. As much as you Christians are trying to get out of not paying for slavery and what happened, you technically got to pay, you know, at the end of the day. Okay? So anyway, the whole point of the video, I couldn't get really into it. I'm driving. The whole point of the video is slavery is coming for Esau. Okay, but really the main point is you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans got to get away from Christmas, man. Christmas is forbidden in the scriptures. You're not supposed to follow Christmas or Easter or any one of those holidays, man. Okay? You're supposed to follow the true holy days that the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua gave us. Like the real Jews, which is you Negroes and Native Hispanics. You know, the holidays that he gave us was the Passover and you know, Feast of Unleavened Bread and various other Passover. I mean, Salakia, the Sabbath day, various other holy days. Okay, so anyway, you know, get away from Christmas, man. Santa Claus, by the way, was a so-called black man. Okay, Google it if you don't want to, if you don't believe me. Okay, Saint Nicholas That's where they get the term, why they gave Santa Claus Saint Nick. Okay? They would call him Saint Nicholas. Why Santa Claus got all these aliases, man? If you notice that, why has he got all these aliases? Okay? He's got Saint Nick. You know, he's got all kind of different, Kris Kringle. The real Saint Nicholas go back to the Mayan community. The bishop, he was a bishop of the Mayan community, and what he did is he gave gifts to sick children. Okay? And guess what? That was a so-called black man. That's who your Santa Claus really is. Which they took from Sweden and put that white image of Jesus and called him Santa. His real name was Santa Claus. But when you take it and take Santa and spell it around, it says Satan. Okay, we mix those letters around, and Claus means continues. Okay, so Satan continues. Okay, that's all I have on that at this point. You know, I'm just going in the spirit. That's all I have on that. I want to say shalom.